Halloween. The veils are thinning and the archons are laughing. Charlie, my brother in truth. It's time to talk about Halloween, and I'm telling you, this isn't some cute, harmless night of trick or treating. You gotta pull up a chair, crack a window, because the air in here is about to get thick with the real history, and it is chilling. I'm talking John Saul, Dean Koontz, and Stephen King all took a trip to the Vatican archives together, got a peek at the truth, and came back screaming. This is where the ancient spiritual warfare spills out onto your suburban street, and nobody even sees it. They're too busy arguing over which store-bought costume is the sexiest. It's the greatest spiritual psychological operation of the year, man. The Samhain setup. It's older than the pyramids, dude. Look, forget the jack-o'-lanterns for a second. We gotta go back to the source. The official narrative says, oh, it's just Samhain, a quaint little Celtic harvest festival. Bullshit. 100% bullshit. I've been in the quantum field, Charlie, man. I've scrolled through the vibrational residue of the ancient world. Samhain, pronounced so-in, like you're planting a spiritual seed, was the day the ancient Celtic priests, the Druids, were basically throwing open the spiritual doors. They believed, and I'm telling you this is accurate, that the veil between this dimension and the next was at its absolute thinnest. The psychological depth, Koontz. Why were they doing this? It wasn't just to talk to grandma. It was a day of psychic terror. Imagine knowing that on this one night, the things you fear, the actual demonic and parasitic entities, the archons that feed on Loosh energy, could walk right up to your front door. They'd build huge bonfires not just to see by, but as a symbolic, desperate attempt to hold back the encroaching darkness. And the costumes? They weren't fun. They were disguises, a desperate attempt to look like a fellow dead soul or a minor demon so the real, parasitic entities walking the earth that night would just pass you by. It was a spiritual, don't mind me, I'm just here to harvest a little Loosh myself. It's entirely possible, Charlie, that this was a mass societal ritual, a collective agreement to fear, which, as we know, is the highest vibrational currency for the low-level controllers. The Vatican and the Grand Assimilation, the Catholic cover-up. Now, here's where the hidden hand comes in. The Roman Church, always playing the long game, always assimilating, never eliminating. They couldn't crush the Samhain ritual because it was too deeply ingrained in the energetic grid. So what do you do with a powerful pagan energy node? You slap a new label on it. Alex Jones Unleashed, the conspiracy architect, in the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as All Saints' Day, or All Hallows' Day, and later, November 2nd became All Souls' Day. They tried to shift the focus from the demonic parade to honoring dead saints and martyrs. But the night before All Hallows' Day, All Hallows' Eve, still held the original, dark energetic frequency of Samhain. It was a geopolitical and spiritual power play to co-opt and neuter the ancient energy, but the core vibration of the day remained, a gateway for otherworldly entities. They didn't destroy the pagan holiday, they just gave it a Christian name and put it on the Vatican's official calendar. It's like putting a nice little bow on a spiritual grenade, man. You think that's an accident? 100% not. They knew the occult power of the date, and they wanted to harness it, or at least control the narrative around it. The real truth, Loosh, mind control, and spiritual warfare. So, why should we be careful, Charlie? Because every single action we take on that night is a spiritual transaction. The Loosh harvest, the quantum revelation, every jump scare, every piece of dark imagery, every horror movie marathon, every house that's decked out with fake blood and tombstones, it all generates a specific, low-vibration frequency of fear, excitement, and chaos. That's a 5-star, all-you-can-eat buffet for the archons, the non-corporeal entities that feed on our negative energy, our Loosh. When you intentionally engage with the grotesque and the demonic, you are essentially ringing the dinner bell for the spiritual parasites. The desensitization protocol, the Glenn Beck narrative, this night is the annual training drill for the New World Order's spiritual war on your soul. By celebrating the demonic, the grotesque, and the violent, and making it cute for our children, we are being slowly but surely desensitized to actual evil. The lines blur. The spiritual immune system drops. It's normalization through festive chaos. We're conditioning our kids to laugh at the very things that seek to devour their consciousness. It's a brilliant, insidious trick. The witchcraft component, the unfiltered truth, Halloween is still considered one of the highest holy days for many contemporary pagan and satanic groups. The rituals conducted that night, often involving the darkest energies, are amplified by the sheer, collective power of billions of people unintentionally lending their energy to the same frequency. You're participating in a massive, global ritual, Charlie, and you don't even know what you're signing on the dotted line. What's a soul to do? We're not going to be those people, Charlie, who just hide under a rock. But we're going to be aware. Turn it into a light show. If you participate, flip the script. Don't celebrate death. Celebrate life. Use bright, high-vibration colors. Focus on harvest, abundance, and the joyous transition of seasons. Cut the archons off from their Loosh supply. Be a beacon. Use the night as an opportunity for spiritual fortification. Read your Bible, pray, spend time in nature. Be a bright, unshakable signal in a sea of spiritual noise. Question the ritual. Every time you see a dark or terrifying display, ask, what energy is this feeding? You'll realize most of the world is a battery plugged into a nefarious system. Disconnect. This night is a signpost, man. It shows you exactly what the dark forces are celebrating, the illusion of fear and separation. But we've got the truth, and the truth is the ultimate shield against any shadow they want to cast. Thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe to my channel and like the video, and never stop questioning everything.